Marty, 149, thank you for joining. So hello everybody out there on Facebook and Periscope land. I hope you guys are well. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you guys are well. This will probably not be a long video, but I just want to talk to you about the number one question that is asked of me. I am a social media coach, so it's a question that comes up quite often. So I wanted to do a video and share with you what my answer always is. Hi, Sonia Michelle. Thank you for joining. So let me adjust my camera and we'll be good to roll. Okay. So my name is Shakita, author, speaker, entrepreneur, social media coach to writers, authors, bloggers, solopreneurs looking to step outside the box and become social media savvy. The owner of SL Media, which houses the author, the speaker, and the social media coach. So I titled this the number one question, which is what's the best time to post on social media? Now, there are so many articles that tell you what's a good optimal time to post on social media. But realistically, the best time to post on social media is through your own analytics. So if you are a morning person and you're up and you post something on social media, look at how much engagement that you get, because that's going to help you to determine if you get a lot more engagement in the morning, if you post in the afternoon, if you post in the evening. You actually have to post at various times to see what times are best for you to get your engagement. Most people are moving around in the morning. Most people don't check their social media. If they're really not a Facebook type of person and they may only go on in the evening, then they are not going to see it 9 times out of 10. But if you post it at different times of the day based on whomever goes onto either of your pages or either of your platforms, that's going to help you determine what time you need to continue to keep posting. Myself, my first post on Facebook is between 5 and 6 in the morning. That is where a lot of people that are on my page are up. They're on Facebook, they're moving around. I get a lot of engagement between 5 and 7 in the morning. Then it becomes into the afternoon, which some people are on lunch. They'll be sitting around eating on their lunch and they'll pop onto Facebook and see what's going on. Some people between 11 and 1, they're on social media. And these are my stats for my own page, but this is because I post at various times to see what's going on. So say I'm super busy and I didn't schedule anything at 5 to 8 in the morning, and I may post a little bit in the lunch hour time. I'll get more engagement on that time as well. But for the most part, my engagement that comes is between 5 and 8 in the morning for myself. But that's because a lot of people on my page are up and moving around. A lot of people are business owners, so they're checking, Facebook after they've, eaten their breakfast, or they're sitting down. I am Sonia Michelle. I'm on Instagram as Shakita Lee. And I'll talk about Instagram as well. So those times that people are sitting down drinking their coffee, that are business owners, they may not start making phone calls until say 9 o'clock or so, or they may not have any business calls or what have you until a certain time. So I played around with my Facebook a lot. I don't see a whole lot of engagement on, say, Friday evening to Saturday. I don't see a whole lot of engagement. But that's because, people, they do things on the weekend with their family, and some people may get off of social media on the weekends to focus on their family. So those are the experiments that I have for Facebook. Now, Sonia Michelle on Periscope asked me about Instagram. The crazy thing about Instagram is I've played around with Instagram as well. And if I post something before 6 o'clock in the morning, I will probably get about 15 likes because the people that follow me, or the people that are on the timeline, if it seems to get to that popular page, they're at different times they're at different time zones. So they may see it and I'll get a lot of interaction before 8 o'clock if I post something at 5. If I post it at 7, I will get a lot of interaction, but not as much as if I did it at 5 o'clock. So it's kind of crazy, but it's just dependent on the people in the time zone where I post it at. And it definitely depends on the content. If it's social media, I get a lot of likes on it if it has to do with social media. Thank you guys for joining. So we're just talking about if there's a good time to post on social media. And one of the key things that you have to do is you have to experiment in posting your content at different times of the day to see when people are actually active and engaging on your timeline. I use Facebook as an example, and I played around with different times. Before, I think when I first started posting, I was posting at 7. And then as my time changed for my full-time job, I started posting at 6. Then I started posting at 5. So between 5 to 8, I get the most engagement on Facebook. But on Instagram, I get the most engagement if I post in between 5 and 7 social media stuff. It really is important for you to post at a variety of times so you can gather and see when you actually get the most engagement. I know there are many articles that say post at this time, don't post at that time. The weekends are really not a great time because, like I said, people are gearing up for their weekend. They're happy to be off of work. They're going to spend time with their loved ones. They're going to go out, for a late lunch or evening dinner or what have you. So Fridays and Saturdays are not really that good. Testing gets you the best answer. Exactly, Sonia Michelle. So it's something that I always tell people, you have to kind of like do it yourself. And definitely, if you know that you're on Facebook and you get, you post a message and you get a lot of engagement, that will be the time for you to post whatever it is that you're going to post. One of the other things with that I do with Twitter is I have 3 times during the day that I post. With Twitter, it's very active, very fast moving. Somebody may see something unless they are on or you are on a list and you can go back and look at your timeline for everybody who you put on your list. Everybody's going to miss it. So you want to schedule more than once for Twitter. You probably want to schedule 3 to 4 times a day. I typically do 3 to 4 times a day, and I try to stick with 4 times a day. And I definitely use my hashtags on Twitter because those will be easy for me to track. But back to the question, which is the best time to post. You can look at all the articles and schedule your stuff at the times that it says, but it really depends on you and your audience and what time they are up and about and moving around and may check social media. My family, for instance, they may not get on until like a week or so from now. So it'll still be something they'll go back and they'll like and, or they'll respond and they'll comment and it'll go right back up to my timeline and people will be able to see that. So it's just something that you have to do and you have to experiment and try yourself. You can definitely work on some things, but definitely play with the times. See when you post this, how much interaction that you get, and you want to post different times of the day to see. And I wouldn't suggest posting the same thing for all 3 times. No, but if you do have someone that goes and likes to comment and say you wait an hour or so later, or they make a comment on your page and you wait an hour or so later and you go back and you respond to them, that's going to go back up on your timeline as well on Facebook to let, whomever has missed it, they'll see, what was popular or so on your page or what got the most engagement. Hey, Levon, thank you for joining. So that's my spiel about, times for posting. You can experiment, you can do it at whatever times. Are you posting business on your Facebook fan page or personal page? I do both. But one of the things I do the most is I'll post it on my business page and then share it from my business page to my personal page. But 9 times out of 10, I don't do a straight up post on my page. I'm starting to do it a little bit more because I get a little bit more interaction. But what I try to do is post it on my business page and from my business page, share it onto my personal page. And that way I can kind of like be able to gauge the analytics, the time to see, you know, how many people were reached and things of that sort. It's very helpful to do that as well, and not always just post things on your personal page, because you can't look at any analytics on your personal page. And that's one of the things that you want to be able to do. You want to gauge who's coming, you know, the times that they're coming and the reach that you have. Okay, I do that too because Facebook has been throwing folks. Exactly, sorry, Michelle, exactly. They have. And if you post too much stuff on your personal page that's business related, they will lock you down. And I don't want to be locked down. So I try to limit what I do and just share every so often from my business page, but keep my personal page. You know, I do talk about some things. I do share some things. Don't get me wrong. I don't like just keep it personal. I do share, but I don't I share, but if it's without links, then I do that because they look at that. Like they don't really want you selling on your personal page. That's why they make, you know, the business pages for you. But one of the things I do is try to keep out the links if I can in the description that you're writing the post at. If you put your links in the comments, you're good to go. But if you put them in the description, then it's kind of like selling, and that will kind of give them the red flag. But you also don't want to do it that often either. And I try to stick with that. But my goal is to try, you know, push people to my business page, which is what I do every so often as well. But sometimes when you share things from your business page to your personal page, people will go and look at your business page and will end up liking it because they like what you have on the page. And it could be some things that you don't share too often on your personal page. So that's a hack that I use and have been using since people that I know have been getting shut down by Facebook. But that's just something that you have to watch out for. So that's it for me for the best times to post on social media. So just to recap, kind of just experiment with the times of day, the times that you may get interaction. A lot of stuff that I post on my personal page, maybe quotes or what have you, but when I do share things on my personal page, it's from my business page. Every so often I may share stuff on my personal page to my business page, but usually it's the other way around. But I do experiment with the times to see how much interaction at what point in time. Instagram is pretty good. Twitter is very good. And Facebook, of course, is very good. But one of the great things about Twitter is if you was thinking about doing a yes. That is a good option. I would say to do that, Sonia Michelle, you definitely should do that so that they can know, hey, I share more stuff on my business page that's business related. So you definitely can do that, and you should do that because you want them to find you over there for all things business. But yeah, every so often, definitely let them know. But one of the great things about Twitter is they have analytics as well for you to review. So you got Twitter, Facebook fan page, and Instagram where you can look at your analytics to see, you know, who liked and, you know, how many did it reach, especially something that is retweeted on Twitter. You want to be able to look to see how many people have shared it. And it's the same thing on LinkedIn as well. If somebody likes something, someone will keep on liking it, and then their friends will see it, and, you know, friends of friends will see it. You don't even have to be connected for them to see it. But you always want to look at what you share and make sure you're sharing good content, because you do want it to be liked, you do want it to be shared, you do want it to be retweeted. So those are some things that are definitely important, but the most important thing is to gauge it for yourself. You can post at whatever time you want, but you just have to kind of know if you're going to have an audience at that time, and you post something just to see what you get. And even if you post it like another week from the day that you posted it at a different time, you'll get a whole different audience. So you kind of want to just do that, just experiment and play around with the times and see how much interaction that you get. And then from there, you can start scheduling your stuff at those times. But you first need to do the work first and just, you know, experiment with times. I just find the personal page to have a lot of lurkers. That's why I haven't asked for likes to fan pages. Is your lurkers family and friends? Because I know, like, if you do have a business page, you do have a lot of business people that will send you friend requests because they kind of want to see what you have going on your personal page to see if they actually want to do business with you. People in your industry. Oh, okay. So you have a open personal page? Your personal page isn't private? Or is it that you've already accepted their friend request and you see? Because one of the things is for your personal page, you can have it private, and then people can follow you, but they only will see what you have, especially if they send you a friend request. They'll only see what you have that on your page if it's open. Oh, you've already accepted their friend request. Well, you can go back and kind of like change the settings on what they can and can't see on your page, on your Facebook page. You can go and change the settings so that they can't see certain things. But my personal page is private, but there are times when I open up my personal page and make it open, because if you are in business and you're doing a lot of things, you're going to have a lot of business people or people in your industries, especially people that are looking to see what you're doing. You were going to unfriend those that don't engage. Well, yeah, you definitely can do that, especially if they're lurking. But like you said, you can just let them know for business purposes to follow you onto your fan page. I do have a friend that does not accept any friend requests that will redirect people to her fan page. And look, we can do whatever we want with our personal fan page, our personal page, but your fan page, definitely direct them over there if you don't necessarily care to have them in your personal Facebook page. Because it is, there's some things that you may not want to share at all, but you just have to figure out what you want to do, because it's not that hard, but you can unfollow them, unfriend them, whatever works best for you. But definitely, if you want more engagement on your fan page, you definitely have to be more active on your fan page. So make sure that you post content that's going to get you some engagement, and see, what happens. And definitely from there, if you feel like sharing it on your personal page, then share it on your personal page so you can see what kind of engagement you get as well. And to keep people to know that you still have a fan page and you're active on your fan page. You're very welcome, Sonia. So that's it for me, guys. If you guys have questions, definitely feel free to put them in the comment section or reach out to me. And I do social media coaching. So if you are interested, you need some coaching on certain things, definitely feel free to reach out to me. And I don't think that I put my page to connect with me. So it's SLM call. It's bit.ly/SLM call. If you're interested in a free discovery call to see what you need assistance with as far as social media coaching, or to see where you need to go, what you need to do, anything along those lines. So it's bit.ly/SLM call, which is social, which is SL Media. That's just the initials for SL Media call. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Oh.